All right, here's a quick rundown. You got master level. These are track volumes. So after this is recorded, this is not input volume. This is after you record. You can kind of mix it, change the volumes. This is the rhythm section. So if you can change the level of that, you have a tap tempo here. If you hit edit, you'll see the pattern over here. You can change the settings that way. There's some different time signatures if you want to change that. You can just kind of scroll through these. This is how you edit like all the parameters. Everything's pretty much editable. And then you just hit that. But if you do hit record and nothing's on here, it usually will just start it, the drums with it. And if you have it playing and then you were to record on a new track, it'll start that drum kind of sequence over wherever it's at in the loop. Okay, then this is the where you control the patterns. Right, exit to get back to the main thing. There's all these patterns, memories. So some of these are already have things on there. Those are the like 90s or the presets. Then there's some different stuff that I've already recorded. Some are just random, some are covers of stuff. Nothing's too precious, so feel free to overwrite anything. And then you have your actual input levels. So you can put different inputs here. I'll often put like a bass and a guitar, or a bass or a guitar and keys in here. Or if you have a small 1/8" jack, you can put that in the aux. There's also a mic input. The mic input also works. That's just a XLR. Okay, so you have all of those, and some of those are going. There's and kind of different ways to set up the different tracks. You can set them up so that you can overlay them, so that multiple can play at one time. You can also set them so that only one track plays at a time, which can be used for like maybe like a verse and a chorus or something like that. But you can record multiple tracks or layers onto each track. Okay, so and then you would change some of that stuff in here by going to memory, edit, and then there's like overdub. So you could do overdub or replace. That is basically if you don't want it to layer and you just want it to change, you could do that. Stereo, there's some tempo stuff in there. MIDI sync. How would you do? I think there's some other ways to assign all these buttons in here. Trying to see how you do the auto switching. Forget that. It's got to be in memory edit. If you wanted to change the name in here, you can do that. It's a little tedious. Then exit or write to if you want to save that memory. That preset, there's got to be, where do you do? You know what? It's actually under here, I believe, is where you do the track settings. So there's edit buttons down here for each track also. And you can set those to either loop, play one shot. So if you want to just play like a sample of something, it'll play it once only. That kind of takes a lot of setup. I rarely use that. You could set it to be on reverse or off. And that might be something that, like, if you wanted to remap the button. Like, I don't really use the onboard effects. So a lot of people remap this button to be something. So that could be like the reverse if you wanted. You can have it be at a different BPM even. You can have it fade out or just stop immediately, or at the loop end, which means like at the end of whatever the phrase is. That can work really well for some of the, or immediately. That can work good for some of the like chorus type setups. Is there anything else in there? chord level pan, loop sync. That means like, will they all basically be the same length, or they can be different lengths? So if this one's set up at 16 bars, let's say, this one could be in between, I think. Or maybe it's more like they'll play in sync. So if you turn it on, it won't necessarily time align them. They could get off of time. But if they're on sync, no matter when you hit this one, it'll play the same sort of point in the sequence. Tempo sync. Tempo sync was the tempo thing that I was talking about. And then you could also output it to somewhere else. Like if you wanted to run one of them to like, I don't know, like your guitar into your octave pedal, and always use this one for like your bass. You could set that up. All right, there's definitely other things to play with on here. This expression pedal can be remapped to stuff. Then you have all start and all stop. So that's kind of the basic setup. I'll do another video with running through some of the presets on here.